We have another exciting edition here in the 2025-2026 season playthrough here. We have another interconference matchup. One corner we have the Los Angeles Clippers at 53-20. Currently sitting in second in the Western Conference, clinching a playoff berth already, while we have the Indiana Pacers at 38-33, I believe. Sitting in fifth in the Western Conference, in Eastern Conference, I should say, as the Pacers and the Clippers are getting ready to tip off. And we are coming to you from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse here in Indianapolis. We got the Indiana Pacers, who are actually 38-35, but as I said, they sit fifth in the Eastern Conference, have a spot in the play-in at least, while the Clippers at 53-20 are actually in the playoffs altogether, closing in on a Pacific Division championship, as well as still has an outside shot at being the number one seed in the Western Conference. We look at the starting lineups for the Clippers: Harden, Beal, Leonard, John Collins will get the start with Zubac, and then for the Pacers, TJ McConnell back into the lineup with Andrew Nembhard, Nesmith, Siakam, and Obi Toppin getting the start at center. This game is being played on, I believe that is March 27th, Thursday, March 27th, 2026, I believe that is the date of the game. Oh no, Friday, March 27th. They're still in the Sweet 16 portion of March Madness, actually, on this date, as Bradley Beal has it right now off the miss. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out, as we are heading towards the end of the month of March. We got tonight actually topping with the slam dunk, and the Pacers are on top 2-0. As we got Bradley Beal with it. 15 on the shot clock here. Ironically, I believe this game is actually out on a Friday night too, so. And then tomorrow's game will be a Saturday, and then Sunday's video will be the end of March, where we go over the stats, award races, and standings. And you see Obi Toppin with another slam dunk there, and he has the game's first 4 points. And the Pacers are up by 4 early on here, a minute and a half into the game. The Pacers are trying to get into the playoffs. As I said, they have a spot in the play-in as Kawhi Leonard for 3. Let's say TJ McConnell back from injury, his first game back. And that is not a 2K override. He is actually healthy, as I looked when I saw everything in there. You see Obi Toppin again. 6 points early on for him. It's Obi Toppin 6 and the Clippers 3. And they're Leonard for 3. Make that Kawhi Leonard 6, Obi Toppin 6. As we're over 2 minutes into this game here in this interconference matchup. Siakam coming through. And Siakam will miss that one. John Collins, who's getting the start in this game, will come down with the rebound. James Harden with it. He's going to go to the line as TJ McConnell called for his first personal foul. Yesterday, we had a chance to see the Orlando Magic clinch a spot in the play-in the Eastern Conference. You can go back and watch that game after this is over with. For the spoiler alert, or if you want to have a spoiler alert, then possibly watch the post-game ticker to see how things will go. As you see, James Harden will put the Clippers on top by 1. As I said, we are heading towards the last few weeks of the regular season. As I said, we'll be done with the month of March by tomorrow. And then Sunday's video we'll be looking over again, as I said, for the standings, award race update, as well as the statistic update. As I said, I go through the top 10 in each relevant category for players and teams here. As you see, there's a three-pointer there, and the Pacers are on top again. James Harden They shoot it over to Bradley Beal. 15 on the shot clock. Harden for three. He nails it, and the Clippers are on top by 2. As I said, the Pacers are looking to try to finish in the top 6, where they do not have to go through the play-in tournament. The Clippers are still fighting, even though they're 3 games back with 9 to play. They're still fighting for the chance to not only win the division, but also maybe get the number 1 seed overall, as John Collins gets an offensive rebound and then puts it up. Clippers are on top by 4 now. You see Topman coming around, and he'll go to the line. Zubac's called for his first personal foul. And hopefully, if I can remember, I will be able to announce tomorrow's game as well in the 4th quarter. As I said, that will be the final game of the month of March. And then after Sunday, well, of course, as I said, we'll do the updates for how things look after the month of March. And then we'll have 2 more games in schedule block number 4. And then we'll go to the final week of the regular season. And that one we will do 1 game for every day. Not sure if we're going to play a full week's worth of games, though, because everything is clinched by then. And nobody really has any positioning to play for. Then there's probably no reason to play extra, so that way I can get time to get everything set up for the play-in and then the NBA playoffs. I'm actually hoping not to have a game out at any point next Sunday, which is Super Bowl Sunday. As you see the miss there, McConnell will give it to Siakam. Siakam gets a shot up, no good. Topman will get the offensive rebound. This is over to Nembhard. Nembhard for 3, misses that one. Bradley Beal grabbing the rebound. See, Donovan Mitchell is out for the Cleveland Cavaliers still. They've been on a very big tailspin. Harden for 3, no good. There we go, over to O'Connell. McConnell, I should say, with the bucket. TJ McConnell will get his first points of the game. Pacers within 1. Liking the pace so far in this game here. A little bit of a back and forth action. Both teams have had slim leads for a little bit here, as Kawhi Leonard averaging just 22.2 points a game this season. Nowhere near the top 10, I can tell you that in the scoring list, but hey, still definitely contributing to the Clippers' success here. A lot better in this season than they are in real life, though. In real life, they've actually have started surging for a while. They won, I think, 16 of 19 of their last 19, so they are surging back into things. Leonard for 3, back off the iron, no good. Nembhard will grab the rebound. Neesmith will has it over to McConnell. McConnell with the bucket. TJ McConnell bringing it to within. Pacers are within 1. He has 4 points in this game. As we're almost halfway through the first quarter here, 15-14. Clippers on top. Zubac's coming around. Barely stays in bounds. Issued over to John Collins. Back to Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's going to come around with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard. Slam dunk. You can see he has 24.7 points away from Intuit Dome. 5:45 left of the first, and the Clippers up by 3. As Siakam will lose it, Collins will come down with a steal. Harden passes it over to Leonard. Leonard dishes it back over to James Harden. Over to Beal. Beal for 3. Back iron, no good. Siakam grabbing the rebound. He lost it the last time he was down the court, but Nembhard's going to come around with the layup from the assist from Siakam at 17-16. Bradley Beal with it. 15 on the shot clock. Here we are, 8 on the shot clock for Beal. 5 on the shot clock now. Beal going to get the shot up. That is no good. Nembhard grabbing the rebound. Back over to TJ McConnell. McConnell back to Nembhard. Nembhard for 3. He nails it, and the Pacers are on top again. Harden taking his time across the half-court line, and we have our first timeout of this game. We're going to take a timeout as well. 4:33 to play in the first. Coming out of the break here, 19-17, the Pacers on top. Substitutions, we got Chris Dunn, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Donovich coming into the game. Kawhi Leonard will be moving positions. And that was just for the Clipper lineup set. Don't think anything has changed for the Pacers. I see Chris Dunn, Bogdanovic, who just checked into the game. He'll miss that one. He's usually a starter, but I guess John Collins is going to get the start for this one. Neesmith, they should back over to McConnell. Trying to get up by more than 2 possessions again, like they did early on. Toppin with it, over to Siakam. Siakam with the layup. That is no good. Zubats down with the rebound. Pacers out rebounding the Clippers 10-7 right now. You see Harden dishing it back over to Leonard. Leonard for 3. And the Kawhi Leonard puts the Clippers on top by 1. This game coming to you from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana here. I'm Vinny from Vita Productions on the call for this exciting edition of the 2025-2026 season playthrough. McConnell for 3. No good. As I said, we are on Friday. Or is it Thursday? No, Friday. Yeah, this is Friday, March 27th, 2026 is the day of the game. The video upload will be on, will also be on Friday, but that'll be January 30th, 2026. I see Toppin for 3, no good. Kawhi Leonard with it. Get the initiative back over to Harden here. I see in the win against the Raptors in their last game, 8 blocks and 8 steals. So they had a good defensive effort there. Nembhard will get the defensive rebound there off the miss. They shoot over to Neesmith. Back over to Siakam. Back to McConnell. To Neesmith. Neesmith for 3. He gets it. And the Pacers are leading by 2. Leonard for 3. Off the back iron. Neesmith grabbing the rebound. To Nembhard. Back to McConnell. Back to Neesmith for 3. And that's going to be 3 free throws for the Pacers as Chris Dunn called for his first personal foul. That's the second team foul called against the Clippers in this game. As 3 shots. Neesmith had 13 points in the loss to the Lakers. He'll hit the first free throw. Substitutions coming in now. Let's see the lineup set. So we got Beal, Jones Jr., and Lopez coming into the game. And for the Pacers, we have Nembhard moving positions, Mathurin, Toppin moving position, and I didn't get a chance to see who the last one was. But you see Neesmith will hit the second one. 4-point Pacer lead. And make it 5-point Pacer lead. Jones Jr. actually has the hurt designation, but he'll be playing in this game because 2K does like to override at certain times. Back over to Brook Lopez, and Brook Lopez will get his first points coming into the game as he just checked in. James Harden had 18 points and 9 assists in their win against the Raptors. Neesmith with under 2 to play here in the first has it. Just hit the 2 free throws as Mathurin has it. He had to start in the last game against the Spurs, and he's going to go to the line as that's now the 3rd team foul called against the Clippers. That's Bradley Beal's first.
At the line.
Benedict Mathurin. And he'll miss the first one here. Substitution coming in. And I think that Harden's going to go to the bench as Chris Dunn's going to come back in. So Dunn got a short breather in for the Pacers. Let's see here. Jones into the game for the Pacers. Does hit the second one, though. Mathurin does hit the second one. 4-point lead for the Pacers here A minute and a half to play here in the first. Bogdanovich, as I said, usually a starter, but he's coming off the bench in this game. Dunn for three. No good. Huff checks into the game. Shepard checks into the game. As I said, Jones also checks into the game. Matherin. I think the only one that's still left is Jones. No good. Beal will grab the rebound. Who's the only one that still did not get taken out? I think that was Matherin was the only one that did not get taken out to end this quarter here as we're under a minute to play here. 26-22. Lopez coming around to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich for three. No good. Jay Huff grabbing the rebound. Jones will have it for the Pacers. Back over to Matherin. Matherin back over to Jones. Back to Shepard. Shepard over to Huff. Huff with an easy dunk off the pass of Jones. It's a 6-point lead for the Pacers. Beal with it. Coming around for Shepard. That is no good. Shepard back over to Matherin. 4 to play in the first. Over to Jones. Jones for three. That's off the back iron. No good, and that will do it. We are at the end of the first quarter. It is 28-22 Pacers. We'll be back to start the second quarter. You're watching the 2025-2026 season playthrough here on V-Dub Productions. Getting ready to start the second quarter here. If you enjoy what you're seeing so far, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And then also, I do have a link in the description down below. As you see, Shepard with the steal. Shepard will make the bucket there on that shot from inside the paint, and the Pacers are up by 30, or up by 8. But if you want to support this channel, it's not required, but there is a link to my Cash App in the description down below. Again, as I said, it is not required for you to enjoy this content, as that's going to be a violation. Out of bounds, Pacers ball. Brook Lopez out there, Coach Ty Lue, not really happy right now with how this team has been playing the last few minutes. Jones has it. As I said, a lot riding on the line in this game because the Pacers want to try to get closer and closer to clinching the playoff berth. They're actually still in the division race, too. Still have a chance for a division and move up in the standings, but they want to be able to be in that top 6 to avoid the play-in. The Clippers, they have a division title as well as possibly playing for the number 1 seed. As I said, there are 9 games left to play. That includes this game. And they're 3 back of Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City's been on a tear lately. I see Jones for 3. That's in there. Jones putting the Pacers on top by 11. First time they led by double figures in this game. Chris Dunn for the Clippers with it. 15 on the shot clock. Hands it over to Bradley Beal. Beal with a jump side inside the 2-point line. That's in there. Bradley Beal with 17.8 points per game on average. Matherin has it. Coming around. Being guarded by Bogdanovich. Matherin had 22 points and 4 rebounds in the loss against the Lakers. Matherin will shoot the 3. That's no good. But Isaiah Jackson, usually a starter, he coming off the bench here as we have a timeout by the Clippers. 9:37 to play in the second. We're going to take a timeout as well. Coming out of the timeout here, we'll look at substitutions. John Collins coming back into the game for the Clippers, checking in for the first time in the second quarter. And for the Pacers, we got TJ McConnell, Matherin's moving positions. A couple other players I couldn't get into, but Brook Lopez will inbound it to John Collins. As I say, he checks back into the game. Done with it. Dish it over to Bradley Beal. 10 on the shot clock here. Beal's going to come around. That's good. And the Clippers are within 9. Bradley Beal only has 4 points in this game. McConnell, as I said, checked back into the game. Mathurin still in the game. Had a start in the last game, but he's coming off the bench this game. Mathurin for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Brook Lopez with the rebound. Over to Bradley Beal now. Beal's, and he's going to go to the line shooting 2 as Pascal Siakam, who also checked back into the game, will be called for his first personal foul. And that is the first team foul against the Pacers here in the second quarter. 8:56 to play until halftime. 9-point lead for the Pacers right now. They led by as many as 11. And Beal will miss the first one. And let's look at the substitution. James Harden checking back into the game for Chris Dunn. And that is all the substitutions right there. And Beal will hit the second one. Cutting the deficit to 8. McConnell with it, crossing the half-court line. Over to Huff. Back over to Mathurin. And there is a foul called against James Harden. That's his first personal. That's the first team foul. Benedict Mathurin was fouled there. Huff will inbound it to Siakam. Back over to Mathurin. And there's a shot up. That's no good. Lopez grabbing the rebound here. Clippers going the other way. Bradley Beal. Dishing it back over to Harden. Dishing it back over to Lopez. Lopez for 3. No good. Neesmith grabbing the rebound for the Pacers. Siakam now has it, dishing it back over to Neesmith. Mathurin has it. Over to Siakam. Siakam for 3. That is off the back iron. Bogdanovich grabbing the rebound. Bogdanovich back over to James Harden to Lopez. Lopez will get the layup, and that's in. And the Clippers are within 6. Jimmy Harden getting the assist. McConnell back over to Mathurin. Being guarded by Bradley Beal. See, Mathurin's going to come around. He hesitated, but now he'll get a shot up. That is actually deflected, but the Pacers still have it. Now we got 3 on the shot clock. Siakam from deep 2. No good. Collins will grab the rebound. Barely avoiding the shot clock violation, but that's a moot point anyway as the Clippers regain possession. But you see John Collins with the dunk off of a Harden assist there on the alley-oop. Both teams shooting 41%. And we have another timeout called. 7-1 to play in the second quarter. Clippers within 4. We'll be back. Coming out of the timeout, we see substitutions are being made, but we see Kawhi Leonard at 2.1 points a game this season, but look at his last 5 games. He's been slumping, averaging just a little under 16 points a game here. We didn't get a chance to see how the lineups are set here. As we see Siakam will inbound it. Over to Mathurin, back to McConnell. Over to Obi Toppin, so I think it's Toppin that checked back into the game. Over to Siakam, and Siakam will end the drought there for the Pacers. Obi Toppin will get the assist on that Siakam bucket, and the Pacers lead back up to 6. Harden for 3, no good. As I said, the Clippers got to within 4 after being down by 11 earlier in this second quarter, I should say. Mathurin with it, coming around. Mathurin thought about the shot for a second, but he passes it up. This is over to Toppin. Toppin rejected by Brook Lopez. Toppin will recover it. Toppin will barely get it off in time, and it misses. Collins will get the rebound here. Back over to Beal. Bradley Beal coming around the layup. And the Clippers once again within 4. We look at Bradley Beal, 17.8 points a game on average. Harden with the assist. As we're over halfway through the second quarter here. Mathurin with it. His Pacers up by 4. Back over to Neesmith, over to McConnell. McConnell for 3. That is no good. John Collins grabbing the rebound with Bradley Beal. Beal back over to Harden. Over to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich with a jumper. That's in there, and the Clippers are within 2. Harden with another assist. Been calling his name both scoring and assist-wise in this game. Neesmith over the top in here. 10 on the shot clock. Dishes it back over to Mathurin. Benedict Mathurin for 3. That's off the back iron. Bogdanovich grabbing the rebound. Benedict Mathurin only has 1 point, and that's from the free throw line. And Bogdanovich has tied the game at 37. 4:40 to play until half. They're on a 13-2 run, the Clippers are, after being down 35-24. What are the Pacers going to do to respond? As Siakam is going to go to the line as Brook Lopez will be called for his first personal foul. Second team foul called against the Clippers here in this quarter. Timeout, Pacers, 4:25 to play. We're going to take a timeout as well. So we have Clippers, Dunn and Leonard. Leonard, and then let's look at the Pacers substitution list here. Nembhard coming back into the game. Siakam moving positions, and Toppin moving to center. Siakam shooting 2, coming back out of the timeout. And he'll miss the first one. Wow. Things are really going south for the Pacers the last few minutes. They were up by 11. As I said, the Clippers have come back and tied this game. And he'll sink the second one, though, so the Pacers on top. Either way, a bucket of any kind puts the Clippers on top again. Harden coming around, dish it over to Collins. Collins with a big jump shot. That's off the back iron, no good. Toppin grabbing a rebound. Neesmith, dish it over to Siakam. Siakam with the bucket. Pascal Siakam putting the Pacers on top by 3. Under 4 minutes to play until halftime. Kawhi Leonard, 15 on the shot clock. Leonard for 3. Off the back iron, Siakam will get that one, and the Pacers going the other way. Nembhard. That is Obi Toppin, and what an alley-oop there. We see we have 6 lead changes and 2 ties. Really haven't had a lead change in a little bit, even though the Clippers did come back to tie the game. Jimmy Harden back over to Brook Lopez. Over to Dunn. Chris Dunn for 3. He drains it. Chris Dunn bringing the Clippers to within 2. 3:10 to play in the second. 42-40, the Pacers on top. This game coming to you from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. I am Benny from Vita Productions on the call. There's a steal by Brook Lopez as Chris Dunn has it. Dunn coming around. This is back over to Harden, back over to Kawhi Leonard. Leonard with it. This is it back over to Lopez, back to Collins, back to Kawhi. 5 on the shot clock. Leonard, 4-3. Off the back iron, Siakam grabbing the rebound. Siakam with it. Back over to Nembhard, back to Siakam. Siakam had 25 points in the loss to the Lakers the other day. McConnell looking to get something going here. 3 on the shot clock. Neesmith will. I was wondering if that was Neesmith with the bucket, and he puts the Pacers on top by 4 again. Chris Dunn crossing the half-court line. Harden for 3. He nails it as we are 2 minutes left to play until halftime. And there's a baseball pass. Obi Toppin with a dunk. Obi Toppin with 11 points in this game. James Harden dished it over to John Collins. Back to Kawhi. Kawhi with a jump shot. That's going to go in. And they're winning against the Raptors. Kawhi had 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists on 4 of 9 shooting. Nembhard coming through. Nembhard is going to go to the line and for an and-one opportunity with Chris Dunn called for his second personal foul. That's the 3rd team foul. As we have substitutions, Beal and Zubats coming back into the game for the final 1:17 with Lopez and Dunn going to the bench for the Clippers.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
Nembhard looking to try to put his team up by 4. And he does that. Zubats will inbound it to Kawhi Leonard as Leonard crosses the half-court line here. 17 on the shot clock. And right up there, 10 on the shot clock here. Leonard, jump shot from the free throw line. That's in. 17 points for Kawhi Leonard on 58% shooting. We're under a minute to play until halftime. Nembhard back over to Nesmith. Nesmith back to Nembhard. Over to Siakam. To Nembhard. 6 on the shot clock. Nembhard. Jump shot. No good. Zubats grabbing the rebound here. Kawhi Leonard with it. 33 to play until halftime. Kawhi Leonard dish it over to Beal. So we got Bradley Beal, 7 on the shot clock. Back to Kawhi Leonard. 3 on the shot clock. He has to get that shot up. He does. That's a miss right there. Shot clock turned off for the remainder of the half. Nembhard with it. 9 on the shot clock. Dishes it back over to Siakam. With an alley-oop to Obi Toppin. I believe that's the second alley-oop between those two. And there's Harden's going to get the shot off before the end of the half. No good. And that will do it for the first half. The Pacers leading at 51-47. You're watching the 2025-2026 season playthrough here on Vita Productions. We're going to take it to the halftime report. I will see you in the second half. Get ready to start the third quarter here in Indianapolis at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Pacers leading at 51-47. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as we look at Kawhi Leonard highlights, who has 17 points in that first half. As I said, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And also in the description down below, if you feel like it, you can donate to my Cash App if you want to support this channel, as the starting lineups are out for both teams. Leonard with it, coming around. That is no good. Kawhi Leonard does get the offensive rebound and the put in, and we'll get the first points of the second half. As I said, he had 17, make that 19 now after those first 2 points of the half. McConnell, she's back over to Nembhard. The Pacers up 51-49 right now. 6 on the shot clock. Yeah, get it off. Nembhard does just that. Draws iron, but Beal will come down with the rebound. Bradley Beal. This is over to Zubats here. 13 on the shot clock to Jimmy Harden. Over to Kawhi Leonard. Leonard will get the shot up. That's no good, but Zubats will get the offensive rebound and the dunk. And we are tied at 51. 46% shooting for the Clippers to 44% for the Pacers. Both teams shot at 45% each in the first half. But as I said, that percentage is now including the miss right there. So that's probably lower than 44% for the Pacers now. So we're a minute and a half into the third quarter here. I'm Vinny from Vito Productions on the call. Kawhi Leonard with the three-point attempt. That's no good. Nembhard will grab the rebound. McConnell over to Toppin. Toppin, no good. Zubac's grabbing the rebound. James Harden with it. Get over to Harden for three. No good. Zubac will get the offensive rebound and a slam dunk. That is worthy enough of the AT&T Connected Cam. Possibly a YouTube short. Obi Toppin over to Nembhard. Nembhard with the bucket. That is no good. Zubac will grab the rebound. 6-0 run to start the third quarter for the Clippers. They're up by one now. Over to John Collins. Dish it back to Harden. Leonard for three. That is no good. Zubac will come around with an offensive rebound. That's what he's been doing so far in this first half. It's an 8-0 run to start this quarter. Timeout, Pacers. We're going to take one as well. 9:17 to play in the third. We'll be back here in Indianapolis. As we look at the standings here, we see the Indiana Pacers are still in fifth in the Eastern Conference right now. 4 games ahead of the Detroit Pistons, who are sitting at the 7th spot. 4 ahead right now with 9 to play. As I said, they can go up to 4.5 at the moment if they pull off the win. You see McConnell. 9 minutes to play here. We'll find out how things go as you see Toppin for three. No good. We're going to see how things go here in the post-game ticker. As I said, the Clippers already have a spot in the Western Conference playoffs. They avoid the play-in altogether. They can't go any lower than 6. As you see, there's a miss right there. Siakam coming around. The Pacers held scoreless so far in the first almost 3.5 minutes of this quarter. McConnell for three. That will end that drought there. The Pacers within one. See Kawhi Leonard with it. Leonard coming around the layup, and that's in. Kawhi Leonard with 21 points in this game. Has 10 of them in the paint. Kawhi, for a big man, can score from the three-point range as well. Nembhard for three. No good. Zubac grabbing the rebound. Kawhi Leonard coming around. Dishing it back over to Beal. Beal for three. That's off. That's in and out as Siakam will grab the rebound. Nembhard for the Pacers. They're looking to try to get something going here. They only have 3 points. McConnell for three. No good. Zubac will grab the rebound. James Harden dishes it over to Leonard. Leonard coming around. Leonard with the layup. That's in. It's a 5-point lead for the Clip Joint. And they have outscored the Pacers 12-3 so far here in the third quarter. Nembhard coming around over the Toppin. Obi Toppin for three. That's in. And the Pacers are within 2 here. As we're approaching the 5 minutes into the third quarter. 59-57, Clippers on top. John Collins with it. Well, Zubac dishes it back over to Leonard. Kawhi for three. Kawhi will answer that three. And the Clippers are on top by 5 again. Leonard with 26 as we have a timeout. 6:49 to play in the third. We're going to take a timeout. Coming out of the timeout here, we look at the league leaders and free throw percentages in the last 30 days. We got 2 players in the top 5 in this game. Aaron Nesmith at 3rd and John Collins at 5. It's a 5-point Clippers lead here as McConnell will have it crossing the half-court line. Siakam with his team trailing by 5. Nembhard now has it. Siakam for three. No good. Zubac grabbing the rebound as Bradley Beal has it. Back over to Kawhi Leonard. Leonard with it. coming around with a layup. That is no good. Neesmith grabbing a rebound for the Pacers. Siakam has it. Gives it over to Toppin. Toppin for three. No good. Harden will grab the rebound there. Harden will dish it over to Beal. Beal for three. No good. TJ McConnell will come around with it. Bradley Beal only has 7 points in this game on 3 of 10 shooting, 3 rebounds. Siakam dishes it over to McConnell. Back over to Toppin. Toppin for three. No good. Zubats will grab the rebound. Collins with it. 5.5 to play here in the third. 13 on the shot clock. Gives it over to Leonard. Leonard with the bucket. That's no good. Siakam grabbing the rebound. Over to TJ McConnell. Shit over to Siakam. Back over to Nembhard. It's at 5:10 to play in the third. 10 on the shot clock. Shit over to Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin for three. No good. Zubats grabbing a rebound. Bradley Beal crossing the half-court line with the rock. Feeds it to Kawhi Leonard. Leonard coming around. There's a shot up. That's no good. Obi Toppin grabbing a rebound. Neesmith. He's over to Nembhard. Andrew Nembhard back over to TJ McConnell. I say coming back from injury. Nembhard once again has it. Nembhard from deep two. That is no good. Give it over to Bradley Beal. Beal over to Harden. James Harden with a dunk. They are outscoring them 17-6 right now in this quarter. And you see that run. That is a run from the beginning of the third quarter here. It was a 4-point Pacer lead. Now it's a 7-point Clipper lead. Nembhard. That is no good. Kawhi Leonard grabbing the rebound. Kawhi Leonard coming around with the layup. That's in. It's a 9-point Clippers lead. He now has 28, Kawhi Leonard, and 11 of those have come here in the third quarter. Nembhard coming around over to Toppin. Toppin for three. That's in there. Timeout, Clippers. 3:36 to play in the third. We're going to take a timeout here in Indianapolis as well. And here we are. We got substitutions now for the first time here. We got Bogdanovich. Leonard's actually going to be moving into the power forward position. And for the Pacers, let's see here. Mathurin, Neesmith will be moving to power forward, and Jay Huff will be coming in for Obi Toppin. We got James Harden crossing the half-court line, leading by 6. Over to Kawhi Leonard. Harden dishing it back to Beal. Beal to Leonard. Leonard for three. That's off the back iron. Nembhard grabbing a rebound. Nembhard dealing back over to McConnell. To Neesmith. Over to Nembhard. That's Mathurin for three. He nails it! And the Pacers are within 3. Can the Pacers start waking up? Who knows? Under 3 minutes to play here in the third. 66-63. The Clips on top. Leonard for three. No good. Zubats will get the offensive rebound and a dunk. It looks like Zubats has definitely been playing in the second half so far. He's been crashing the boards and getting the second chance points. He's basically just cleaning up the trash. McConnell coming around. He'll get the shot up. Zubats will grab the rebound as Harden will have it. Jimmy Harden with it. Harden for three. That's off the back iron. Huff will grab the rebound. Nembhard will have it for the Pacers as we are now under 2 minutes to play in the third. 5-point lead for the Clippers. Over to Neesmith. Nembhard for three. That's off the back iron. Harden will grab the rebound. 8 points for Andrew Nembhard. Hey, there's Bradley Beal with the bucket. Minute and a half to play in the third. You hear the Let's Go Pacers chants. They're still going in this game. Still anybody's game right now here. They're not out of this yet. Huff with it over to Mathurin. Mathurin for three, off the back iron. Zubats grabbing the rebound. Bogdanovich with it. She's over to James Harden. Harden back over to Beal. Beal for three. That's off the back iron. Huff will grab the rebound. Mathurin has it. No points for the Pacers in literally the last 2:17. They only scored 12 in this fourth quarter, or in this third quarter, I should say. There's a three-point attempt. No good. There's Leonard coming around. Leonard with the bucket. The Clippers have outscored the Pacers 25-12 in this third quarter with under 30 seconds to play. 9-point lead for the Clip joint. 8 on the shot clock. There's 4 on the shot clock. It's over to Nembhard. Nembhard coming around. No good. Bradley Beal grabbing the rebound. Harden for three. That's in there. Woo! And there's a deep half-court shot. That is no good. And what was a 4-point lead going into the fourth quarter for the Pacers, or in the third quarter, now it's a 12-point Clipper lead at the end of 3. You're watching the 2025-2026 season playthrough here on V-Dub Productions. We'll be back to start the fourth shortly. Back here in Indianapolis here. This is Vinny from V-Dub Productions on the call. We have State Farm assist of the game. That's going to go to James Harden on the alley-oop to John Collins. Siakam will inbound it to Ben Shepherd here. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. As there's Siakam will get the steal off the misdirect on the loose pass right there, and 75-65. I have no idea what I mean, but I know it's a steal, and Siakam was able to get that transition bucket there. So we got Harden, Brook Lopez, Chris Dunn out there. There's a three-point attempt by Brook Lopez. No good. Shepherd will grab the rebound. Pacers within 10. Murphy. That's the first time we called his name in this game, as Chris Dunn, as I said, is in this game. John Collins also out on the court. Harden for three. And then Bogdanovich. We got Siakam, Johnny Murphy. As Siakam's going to come around with a bucket. That's in there. Look at that. The Pacers shooting only 26 of 70. But look at that baseball pass. John Collins with the dunk. Siakam has it. Jay Huff also into the game. So it's Mathurin, Murphy, Siakam, Huff, and who else is in there? As Mathurin will get the bucket there. Bogdanovich now has it for the Clips. The former Sacramento King dished it over to John Collins. And John Collins with the slam dunk. We've called his name a lot on some pretty good dunks. In fact, actually, the alley-oop from James Harden to Collins, of course, was the assist of the game. And Mathurin's going to step out of bounds here. It's going to be Clipper ball here. Look at the Clippers' upcoming schedule. At the Bucks, then home to the Trailblazers, Spurs, and then at Sacramento. Substitution here is Jones is going to come back into the game for the Clippers. Murphy to the bench. Shepherd and Mathurin will be moving positions. I believe that was Brook Lopez. Yeah, he'll be, he inbounded it to Dunn, as Dunn still has it here. 15 on the shot clock here. 10-point lead for the Clippers. Harden for three. That's in there. James Harden putting the Clippers up by 13. I believe that's their largest lead of the game. By the way, tomorrow, I want to remind everybody, tomorrow's game was going to be another interconference match. I think we have interconference matches. I think it's the last interconference match of schedule block number 4. And that is featuring the San Antonio Spurs hosting the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls, as I said, currently sitting in 3rd going into this day. Half a game ahead of the Bucks in that Central Division. So they are vying for not just the Central Division, but the 3rd seed as well. I think if I'm looking at it, they could have somewhat of an outside shot at getting the number 2 seed. There's Siakam. That's 14 points for Pascal Siakam there, and the lead is only 11 for the Clippers now. James Harden coming around. There's a jumper. No good. Siakam grabbing the rebound. This should back over to Huff. No good. Lopez will grab the rebound. This should hit over to Chris Dunn. We got 7 on the shot clock here. Coming around, James Harden dishes over to Collins. Collins for 3. No good. Siakam grabbing the rebound. 8 minutes to play here in the 4th. Shepard coming around to Huff. Huff with the bucket. Jay Huff putting the Clippers within 9, Pacers within 9. Timeout Clippers, 7:47 to play in the 4th. We're going to take one as well. Coming out of timeout here, it's 82-73. Clippers on top. Dunn, Beal, Leonard, Collins, and Zubats is the lineup set coming out of this timeout for the Clippers. And for the Pacers, we will have McConnell, Nembhard, Nesmith, Siakam, and Toppin. So I believe the starting lineup is out for both teams. Right now, here's where we're heading. As you see, Leonard for 3. No good. Siakam grabbing the rebound. We got TJ McConnell over to Nembhard. Nembhard with a bucket, and it's 82-75. Chris Dunn with it. Gives it back to Dunn, over to Leonard. Leonard with a jumper. No good. McConnell grabbing the rebound. She's back over to Toppin. Siakam for 3. No good. Bradley Beal will grab the rebound here. 7 minutes to play here in the 4th. It's a 7-point Clippers lead. As I said, the Clippers are fighting for the still in the running for the number 1 spot, as you see Kawhi Leonard for 3. I mean, it is still going to be a little bit of a tougher task here. They have 9 games, including this one. After tonight, they'll only have 8 left to play. Both teams will have 8 games left to play after tonight. And there's a foul as Obi Toppin's going to go to the line. Zubats called for the foul. Ty Lue, of course, not happy. As I said, though, tomorrow's game will be the final interconference game of schedule block number 4. Because I doubt that any of these 2 games that I have after the award standings and statistics update, as you see, Bogdanovich is coming back into the game for Collins. He's going to go to the bench. Leonard moving positions. Both of the final 2 games of schedule block number 4 on Monday and Tuesday. As you see, there's a miss right there. Leonard will grab the rebound. We'll both be in the Western Conference. Beal, no good. It was kind of hard for me to find good matches towards the end. I really didn't want this match after I scheduled it, because I realized I scheduled Indiana twice within 3 days, but no other games were worthy. You had teams that were out of it against teams that were really in it. These are the 2 teams that are actually at least in the play-in. One already in the playoffs, the other one trying to fight to be in the playoffs. Nembhard over to Toppin, trailing by 9. 5 on the shot clock here, and there's a 3-second violation against the Pacers, so it's going to be Clippers ball. Substitution here. Harden, I think, is coming back into the game for Chris Dunn. Crowd not happy with that call. As we got 5:35 to play in the 4th. Back over to Zubats, over to Harden. Back to Bogdanovich. Over to Harden, back to Beal. Beal for three. No good. Neesmith will grab the rebound. McConnell over to Neesmith. There's Obi Toppin with the dunk. See Bradley Beal with it here. 10 on the shot clock. Dishes it back over to Leonard. Kawhi Leonard for three. That's in there. Kawhi Leonard putting the Clippers on top by 10 again. Trying to pull away in this game. Don't forget when we are done. Don't forget when this game is over with, we are not done yet. We still have player stats as well as post-game ticker as there's a steal by Bradley Beal. Leonard coming around. Jumper, no good. Siakam with the rebound. I said we have this post-game ticker as well as the injury report and I believe also the players of the week. I think this is a Friday game, so we will definitely have players of the week after the post-game ticker. You see James Harden with another bucket. That's 18 for him. And it's a 12-point lead for the clip joint. Nembhard. Bucket is good. Andrew Nembhard. That's 12 points for him in this game. Bradley Beal coming with it. She's back over to Zubats. Zubats coming around, and that is a foul against Obi Toppin. Ivica Zubats. See what Zubats has. Shooting two here with 3:18 to play. He'll miss the first one. It's actually been an adventure for both teams at the line. John Collins coming back into the game for Bogdanovich. Kawhi Leonard moving to small forward while Collins is back in at power forward. That's a make there, so it's 11-point lead for the Clips. Led by as many as I think 13 in this game. The Pacers had an 11-point lead at some point in the first half. Siakam. That is no good. James Harden. Pacers had a 4-point lead going into the second half, and then it's been all Clippers. As there is a timeout called by the Pacers. 2:55 to play. We're going to take our final timeout as well. Or quite possibly final timeout. Coming out of the timeout here, 2:55 to play here in the fourth. It's a 13-point lead for the Pacers, or for the Clippers, I should say. Siakam will inbound it to McConnell. I mean, you still have a realistic shot, though, for the Pacers in this game. See Obi Toppin coming around, being guarded by Zubats. Toppin will get the shot up, no good. Harden will grab the rebound. 20 on the shot clock right now as we're approaching the final 2.5 minutes in regulation at least. I say final 2.5 in the fourth. Over to Leonard. Leonard with the layup. That is no good. Nembhard grabbing the rebound. McConnell back to Toppin. Toppin back to Siakam. Siakam. No good. Toppin will get the offensive rebound back to Neesmith. Neesmith for three. It's a 10-point lead for the Clippers now. Pacers within 10. 2 minutes remaining. We have a good crowd still here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Leonard, jump shot, no good. Zubats offensive rebound, and how many times do I have to say he's been getting second chance points off of offensive rebounds, especially in this second half. He knows how to pick up and clean the trash. Siakam rejected. Zubats will come control with it. Beal will have it. Coming around. over to John Collins here. 10 on the shot clock. Beal for 3. That's in there. It's a 15-point lead. And it's looking more and more that the Clippers are going to walk away with the win. Nembhard buckets up. No good. Zubats grabbing the rebound here as we are down to the final minute here in the fourth. That's probably going to be the final minute of this game unless something really crazy happens. 6 on the shot clock. Harden coming through. He'll get a big jump shot. No good. Nesmith with the rebound. Looking like both teams want to empty the bench. I don't know if that's going to be happening here unless there's a timeout or an out-of-bounds stoppage of play here. But Obi Toppin, though, with a dunk. Shot clock is still on, and you get to see that crowd is really emptying out here. I want to beat that traffic in Indianapolis here. Zubats with a dunk. And the Clippers do reach the century mark. Shot clock turned off here, and that's going to do it. Oh, look at that one fan you see really upset here. And the Clippers are going to get their 54th win of the season, while the Pacers will fall to 38-36 on the season and could basically dash their hopes of winning the Central Division and possibly even be moving out of that 5th spot. That's going to take a big hit there. Stay tuned, though. We are not done yet. It is now time to look at the player statistics for this game. We start off with the Indiana Pacers. Obi Toppin led all scorers for the Pacers with 24 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Pascal Siakam a double-double, though, 14 points, 4 rebounds. He had 4 assists and a steal to add. Andrew Nembhard just short of a double-double, actually short of a triple-double. 12 points, but only had 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Aaron Nesmith, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. TJ McConnell had 7 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Followed by Benedict Mathurin, 6 points, 1 rebound, and an assist. Jay Huff, 4 points, 6 rebounds. Cam Jones, 3 points, followed by Isaiah Jackson, 2 points and a rebound. Ben Shepherd, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. Johnny Furphy did get in for a few minutes. He had no stats. Tony Bradley and James Wiseman and Jarris Walker did not play for the Indiana Pacers. And now for the victorious Los Angeles Clippers, we have Kawhi Leonard, 36 points, 8 rebounds. James Harden with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 12 assists and a block. Ivica Zubats, 13 points, 19 rebounds and 1 assist. Bradley Beal with 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists and a block. John Collins had 8 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So he had one of every statistic. Brook Lopez, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist and a block. Bogdan Bogdanovic, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Chris Dunn, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Then we had Derek Jones Jr., no stats in 5 minutes of play. Julian Phillips, Kobe Brown, Yannick Conan Niederhauser, and Jevon Carter. Cam Christie did not play for the LA Clippers. And that will do it for your post-game player statistics. It is now time for the post-game ticker brought to you by 2K Sports. And starting off for the remaining of the games played on Friday, March 27, 2026. We had the LA Clippers in the game that we just watched defeat the Pacers 100-85. The Hawks 146 and the Celtics 134, which means the Celtics are mathematically eliminated from play-in tournament, which means their season will come to an end when the regular season ends. The Heat 128 and the Cavaliers 119, and the Cavaliers keep fading into the night. There looks like they're going to most likely be a play-in team. The Grizzlies will barely stay alive for the play-in tournament as they win 114 to 119. The Bulls upset the Thunder 137 to 112. Well-needed win for the Bulls there as they are barely hanging on to that third spot in the Eastern Conference. The Pelicans 112-111 winners over the Toronto Raptors. We have the Nuggets 133 to 119 winners over the Utah Jazz. The Warriors defeat the Wizards 123 to 93, and with that Wizard loss, we can officially say the Orlando Magic will be at least a play-in team. So the Magic, who failed to clinch an opportunity in both a watch game and in the ticker yesterday, will now get a win and will now get in the play-in tournament by virtue of the Wizards' loss. And then we have the Mavericks over the Trailblazers 138 to 108, followed by the Lakers 105-100 winners over the Brooklyn Nets. And now here's for Saturday, March 28th, 2026. We have the Spurs over the Bucks 120 to 113 in overtime. 76ers 132 and the Hornets 128. The Kings took a bad loss. They follow the Hawks 134 to 96. The Hawks do officially clinch a playoff spot with that win against the Kings. The Kings still do remain 3.5 games back with 8 to play. Or with 7 to play, I should say. So we'll explain why. The Bulls 136, the Grizzlies 134. The Bulls will also punch their ticket into the Eastern Conference playoffs. They will finish no worse than 6th place, while the Memphis Grizzlies are now officially mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, from the play-in. The Timberwolves 137 and the Pistons 108, and the Jazz will upset the Suns 128 to 102, so the Jazz will get their 10th win of the season, so they will not finish with the most losses in NBA history, or they will not finish tied with the most losses in NBA history. They will have their 10th win of the season. And the Suns, as I said, losing 41 and 33, they are now fall to the 10th place position in the Western Conference right now. As I said, they're still 3.5 games ahead of the Kings and the Pelicans right now with 8 to play. Now for the games played on Sunday, March 29th, 2026. We had the Clippers 106-96 winners over the Milwaukee Bucks. The Heat upset the Pacers 120 to 119. That's 2 in a row for the Pacers they lost. The Kings do light the beam with a 115-107-102 win over the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn. But the Kings are now still, I think, 3 back of the Suns with 6 to play. So it's not looking good for the Kings. But still, great surge by them to even get themselves back in the conversation. The Celtics 126 and the Hornets 124. The Trailblazers 118-105 winners over the Washington Wizards. And we got to keep an eye on the Wizards because they still have a good shot at being in the play-in. They're only 1 game back. They're only 1 game back, I believe, of Toronto and Philadelphia. And speaking of Toronto, they fall to the 76ers 111 to 108. I believe they are now, 3 games ahead of the Pistons now, who now currently sit at 7. But the Orlando Magic have a 3-game cushion there. They have 8 games to play there, sitting at 37 and 37. The Rockets 115 and the Pelicans 107. The Knicks 127 and the Thunder 124, which means with the Thunder loss and the Clipper win, meaning the Clippers are now only 1 game back of the Thunder for number 1 in the Western Conference and quite possibly home court throughout the entire playoffs, while the Knicks will have the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Nobody can catch them as far as the number one seed, as far as that number one seed goes in the East. The Warriors 125 and the Nuggets 100. And that is your post-game ticker, as my buddy RJL Network would say on his channel. If your team won, congratulations. If not, there's always tomorrow. It is now time to look at the Conference Players of the Week from March 23rd to March 29th. In the Eastern Conference, that honor goes to Cade Cunningham of the Detroit Pistons, and the honors in the Western Conference goes to Luka Doncic of the Los Angeles Lakers. It is now time to look at the injury report for the games played after March 29th, 2026. We start off with the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid is now hurt. I mean, it does say 4 to 6 weeks, but he is hurt, so we know how 2K likes to override now the hurt status. Bucks are fully healthy. The Bulls are now fully healthy. Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, and Luke Trevor still out for the Cavaliers. The Celtics, even though they're officially eliminated, but everybody is healthy for them. So we have Jevon Carter, Derek Jones Jr. with the hurt status. Now Ivica Zubac. Ooh, not a good time. He is out. Not a good time to get in the missed time with him, as the Clippers are still in the thick of things for the number one seed in the Western Conference. Jalen Wells is now recovering for the Memphis Grizzlies, even though they are officially eliminated. Dyson Daniels hurt for the Hawks. Miami Heat are without Terry Rozier with his suspension. For the Hornets, Spencer Dinwiddie and Colin Sexton are out, while Pat Connaughton is hurt. Jazz are fully healthy. For the Kings, they have Sabonis and Monk that are just hurt, but we know if we ever show them in the last week of the season for a possible spoiler game, who knows, they might be playing in that game. OG Anunoby is still out, while Miles McBride is hurt for the New York Knicks. Austin Reeves is out. Wendell Carter Jr. is out, while Desmond Bane is now officially recovering from the injury. Mavericks are fully healthy. Zaire Williams, Michael Porter Jr., and Noah Clowney are out. You might as well just shut them down for the rest of the season. Aaron Gordon is now officially recovering, while Christian Braun and Jamal Murray have the hurt designation. Tyrese Halliburton is out, while Mathurin is still have their hurt designation. As you know, 2K again wants to override everything with the injuries. Zion Williamson is out for the Pelicans. They look like they might be done. Karis LeVert is out, while Marcus Saucer has a hurt designation. The Pistons should be close to clinching a play-in spot. And for the Raptors, once again, Sandro Kalashvili is hurt, has a hurt designation. Van Vliet, we know, has been out for the season, while Jabari Smith Jr. has a hurt designation. Victor Wembanyama has stated a hurt designation. He'll probably play in tomorrow's game. Dylan Brooks is out, while Maluch has a hurt designation. The Thunder are fully healthy. So are the Timberwolves. Lillard is out with that injury. Brandon Bajemski is out. He's out for the rest of the season for the Warriors. Oh, man, they need him. While GP II is recovering, he should be playing at some point. And the Wizards are fully healthy, which is good because they are actually still in the thick of things for the last play-in spot. And that is your injury report. Tomorrow's game will feature the Chicago Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs in the final interconference game of schedule block number 4. This game will be the final game for the month of March, as we are on March 30th, 2026. The Bulls at 43-31, sitting third in the Eastern Conference, I should say, and they are, I believe, 2 games ahead of the Milwaukee Bucks in that Central Division. They still have 8 games left to play in that season, while they are sitting a game and a half back of the Hawks for number 2 in the Eastern Conference. The Bulls do have a spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs. While we have the San Antonio Spurs at 42-32, sitting in 9th place now in the Western Conference, a game ahead of the Phoenix Suns, but a game back at Dallas Mavericks. And the Spurs, I think right now, know they're going to be in the play-in tournament, but they would like to get that 8th seed, so they only have to win 1 instead of winning 2 games to get into the NBA playoffs. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do drop. And if you do, it would be much appreciated if you can click on the link in the description down below, which it will link to my Cash App. You do not have to donate to enjoy my content, but it'd be very much appreciated if you do at least donate to support this channel. And when I do eventually reach a part where I can get channel memberships, well, there is a perk for anybody who becomes channel members, and that would be me giving you guys early access to certain content, and then maybe even some other perks with College Football 27 coming out later on this summer, where I'm thinking about doing a team builder team, and maybe you guys can can claim a player on that team. So that is going to do it. Reminding you guys the final score of this game. It is the Los Angeles Clippers 100 and the Indiana Pacers 85. This is Vinny from VDub Productions, and I am signing off.